Welcome to our Library Digital Services Station. My name's Samantha, and in this tutorial I'm going to help you get set up with eBooks through Overdrive. Libraries all over right now, we don't only carry print resources, we are trying to reach out to the digital users and offer different formats. In our library where I work, we have ebooks, e-magazines, e-audios for everybody to enjoy. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started on getting set up with Overdrive for Android and Apple mobile devices. You're going to need a few things before you get started. You're going to need an active library card. In order to get free books through your library, you have to be a member. So you want to be sure to visit your local library and go ahead and apply for one, and then you can get started with their ebooks. Then you're going to need, if using an Apple product such as an iPad, you're going to need an Apple ID. So make sure you know what that is. And you're going to need an Adobe ID. You can go ahead and create one on your own by visiting www.adobe.com, or once you launch your Overdrive app for the first time, it'll prompt you to create one right then and there. And then the most important thing to the new user of tablets and iPads and things like that is you're going to need a little patience, but I guarantee it is worth the headache at the beginning, because it really will benefit you, and it'll open up your world to just a lot of different resources. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So in this tutorial, I am going to be demonstrating on an iPad. So I'm going to start by turning on my iPad, and you'll notice on the screen it is asking me to go ahead and unlock it on the bottom. So I'm going to slide to unlock, and now I'm looking at my apps. And if you're using an iPad, you want to go ahead and be sure to visit the App Store right there. Or if you have an Android, you want to visit the Google Play Store. So I would go to the App Store here, and then I would look up Overdrive to save me a little time. As you can see, I've already installed the app, so it offers me the option to open it. Now if it's the first time you're installing it, it'll say free because it's a free app, and then it'll ask you to install it. If you're using Apple, it's going to ask for that ID, and then just give it a moment to load. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to search for that app that I just downloaded. It's right down here, and I'm going to launch it. Alright, this is the first time that I've used it on this device since I've installed it. So I want to go ahead and sign in because I already have that Apple ID. But if you don't have it, or not Apple ID, excuse me, that Adobe ID. But if you don't have it, it gives you the option right here to register at adobe.com, so you can go ahead and do that. So I'm going to sign in. Okay, and then I'm going to select Authorize, that green button right underneath. Alright, so it's telling me it's a successful authorization, so we can go ahead and move on. And it's telling me that it's authorized to me. You can see it right up here. And if it turns out that you don't want to use this device anymore and you don't want to be authorized, you can always choose to deauthorize, which I really don't recommend if you're going to be using it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click right here on settings, and it's going to bring me up a list. The first one says add a library, because the first thing I want to do is I want to add the library that I'm going to get these ebooks from, and it makes it a lot easier, and you can do everything through this app. So I'm going to select add library, and then I'm going to put the one that I'm a member of. And I'm going to select search. And then once it gets my results, the top result right here says Carlsbad Public Library. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on that. Now this library, it's part of a consortium called New Mexico Library to Go. So you're going to see that right underneath it. So I'm going to go ahead and tap that because that's going to be my library. That's the one I'm going to use. One really cool thing though is, say if you move around a lot and you're a member of 3 or 4 different libraries that offer Overdrive, you can add as many of those libraries as you'd like, and you can use all the collection, which is a really cool thing instead of having multiple apps and everything. Alright, so now I'm on the Overdrive site of the consortium, so I can go ahead and start using it. I think that the easiest thing to do is you can always search for items first to see if you want to find something to check out, or you can just get started and get the login process out of the way, which I recommend. So on the top right, you're going to see this little person looking thing that says account. You're going to go ahead and tap on that because you want to sign into your account. So I'm going to push it. And give it a minute to load. Alright, and since we're part of a consortium, there's a number of libraries that are part of it, so I need to go ahead and select the library that I'm a member of. So when I tap on it, I'm going to look for Carlsbad Public, which is right there. Now it's going to take me to sign on with my library account to confirm that I am a member. So I'm going to go ahead and type in that number. And then my PIN number. And you can decide whether or not you'd like to remember your PIN number and your library card number. All you have to do is you check and uncheck this little box right on the bottom. And if you're going to be using this device a lot, you might as well have it remember it, because then you won't have to type this information over and over. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in, and I'm going to tell it to remember my information. Alright. Oops. Something was wrong with my account, so I'm going to go ahead and try again, make sure my number is correct. I know what I did wrong. Needed one more O. See, all you gotta do is just make sure it's right. Don't ever get discouraged, because errors are gonna happen. So perfect. Okay. Now it's telling me that I'm on. When it says account, you're in your account, everything's all good. So you're gonna notice right here is your bookshelf. Anytime you check out an item, an ebook, audiobook, it's going to show up there because, it's going to give you your collection. You're going to be able to download it to your app and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to look for a book here. So I'm going to go ahead and browse. And when you browse, you can actually choose that menu. And it brings down a list. You can search for ebook fiction, nonfiction, audio fiction, audiobook nonfiction, kids, teens, a bunch of different things. I'm going to go ahead and try the nonfiction, and I'll go ahead and choose biography. And what it's going to do is it's going to bring up that collection of biography titles. And if you'll notice, some of these titles, some of them have dark book-looking icons, and some of them are grayed out. Now, whenever you see that an item is grayed out, let's go ahead and click on it. It means that it's actually checked out at the moment. But one really cool feature is you can actually place a hold on the item by pushing this button right here that says place a hold. And once it becomes available, you'll receive an email letting you know that, it'll be held for you for, I think it's 48 hours, and then you can check it out. So that's really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and go back because I want to see what else there is. And I'm going to go ahead and try this one. So I'm going to tap on it. Alright, so this one's available. On the right hand side, you're going to notice that there's different formats that are available. If you're a Kindle user, you want to make sure that Kindle is listed in that available formats. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the Adobe EPUB. So I'm going to select borrow. Alright, so now you'll notice that that title is on my bookshelf now. Now you do have a couple options. You can read the book straight in your browser. You can return the title if you decide, oh no, I don't want this one after all, I don't even want to load it. You can select that and it'll take it right back to the collection. But I want to go ahead and download it because I do want to read it. So I'm going to go ahead and tap download. Since there's more than one format offered, I'm going to do the Adobe EPUB and then confirm and download. And then it'll tell you it's loading. Alright, so it's telling me that the title is added. So I'm going to go ahead and swipe over. And if you didn't see how that is, what you're going to do is you're going to take your finger and go from here to there. And it brings up this list right on the left hand side, and I want to select bookshelf. Then the first time that you use it, it'll give you a couple of tips, press and hold title, and I'll push OK, I got it, because I get how this works already. So you should see your book. It tells you that you have it for 14 days. It'll tell you when it expires. As the days go by, it'll count down all the way up till it's due. So I want to go ahead and read it. So I tap on it. It's giving me some more tips, but I got it. And then you're going to see the book cover. And all you're going to do when you read the book is you're going to swipe from right to left, just as you would flip through a book. So it's pretty much the same thing, just like a print book. It's just on mobile device. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Right, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and tap that on the left. And I want to go back to my bookshelf. Say it's been a day or two and I already finished this book. What you can do is hold your finger down on the title, and it gives you an option to return, delete, and share it. You can let somebody know, hey, there's this book. Well, I want to go ahead and return it because I'm done. And then it asks me if I'm sure, and I'm going to say, yeah, go ahead and return it. Alright, so now you won't see anything there because you don't have anything checked out. But if you have more than one, you're going to see them all listed right here. The library that I work at, we only allow 4 at a time. So I hope to see you at the library, and come on in if you have any questions. We're at the Carlsbad Public Library, 101 South Jalagueño, Carlsbad, New Mexico. Phone number is 575-885-6776. Thank you.